This is a chronicle of my story and my healing journey that I've been on for the past 17 years. And it's been a hell of a ride. I mean, it's literally a roller coaster. My initial exacerbation, let's see, it was in 2001. And while I was in college and married, I started to have numbness in my foot. And it's just like the promo video. If you haven't seen my promo video, you can click this link or the link below. And you can view it on this channel as well. But the promo video, the story is pretty much what it is. It's just that, I had numbness in my foot, started my right foot, and then it was like coming up, and I went to the doctor, and they said, you need to get back in the gym and get your circulation moving. So that's what I was doing, and I was getting back in the gym. So I did that, and then it started affecting my hand. And then they said, well, you got carpal tunnel. So I was wearing a brace, going to school, taking care of the baby, wearing a brace, being a new wife, and exercising, going to the gym, just like 3 or 4 times a week minimum, and just trying to get myself back in shape of what I thought. I mean, I was in the best shape of my life, but I didn't know it at the time. I was believing, maybe I need to do more. Anyway, I was in the gym, and my initial exacerbation happened in the gym. I was literally on the stair climber, and I was going to my speed, and I was listening to, Outkast and Erykah Badu, whatever it was at the time. And nobody was in the gym, because I always went in between classes, which was in the middle of the day, and we went to the gym on the Army post, so everybody was working most of the time during the times that I went. And even this, there wasn't a low wives, hardly ever. It was always me and maybe one other person during the hour that I went to the gym. So that day, no other person had left, and I was the only one. What I remember most about it is that I definitely was into the music, and I just remember being on that thing, doing the motion, and I remember I felt the motion, but I couldn't feel my legs. Like, I know my legs were going, but my brain wasn't comprehending that they were there. So it was like, I felt like I was floating, and I looked down and my legs are going, and my brain is like freaking out because it's not processing the feeling. So then my eye is seeing it, and my leg's trying to figure out, wait, hold up, I see this happening, I know this is your leg, and I know it's connected, but I don't feel it, so my brain's processing all this, and I'm like tripping, because I'm like, what is going on? And I start getting dizzy, because I think my brain was all overloaded at that point. And I just felt like everything was out of control. Like, I couldn't get off if I wanted to. I wanted to get off, and I couldn't get off because I couldn't move my legs. They were just going with the machine. It was a really strange, scary thing. And then eventually, not too long, maybe a minute or so of that feeling, and then I fall, boom, on the floor. I look up at the ceiling, and I'm looking around, and nobody's in there. So I'm just laying there waiting, trying to figure out what the hell's going on with me, and waiting for myself to feel like I could get up. So it probably took me a good hour or two to get from that position to my actual vehicle. And my legs were going in and out. It was like in and out, like when you turn a light, when a light bulb starts to go out, sometimes it flickers and it's on and then it's off for a minute and then it comes back on. It was kind of like that. It was like a light bulb dying out, but not all the way dead. And I would pick up my son from daycare. I asked them to bring him out. I had to stop. Like, I between the daycare and the gym, it might have been maybe a 15-minute drive. Then from the daycare to the house, it was maybe 5-10 minutes tops. I mean, it wasn't far at all. And like I said, I started the gym mid-morning, maybe like 10, 11. I didn't get home until after dinner sometime. So what I was doing was moving when I could, and then when I couldn't, I wasn't. So when I was driving, it was the same thing. I was driving when I could, and when I couldn't, I would pull over. So it took me hours to get home. I got home safely, and then we got in the house, and I called the doctor, and the next day I went in, and of course I took a cab, and had a lot of similar troubles, and they saw me and they could see clearly that my walking was severely disturbed, and so they did all the tests and stuff, and and they figured out through MRI that I had lesions in my brain, so they suspected I had MS. And I asked what it was, and they said, well, it's basically your immune system attacking your nervous system, and the nervous system is the electric part of your body. Like, that's your brain's wires. Your brain is the motherboard, and then the nervous system is the wiring and stuff that goes to all the other parts. And my initial reaction was denial. Like, I was just like, no, you're wrong. That's not true. I don't have that. You're making a mistake. And even if I do have that, what you're saying is going to happen to me is not going to happen to me. 17 years I had to see several different neurologists and got several different opinions, and they all said the same thing. I've been having an eye on it. But in the beginning, I was just like, no, I'm not accepting it. I'm not claiming it. They got it wrong, just because other people end up in wheelchairs, and other people need canes, and other people can't walk, and other people can't see, and other people lose function. I'm not one of those people, I'm me, and that's not going to happen, even though it was already happening, I was going to beat it. That was my original thought, and still, has been from that day. I've been very driven to fight it. Fight MS, fight MS, fight it. First thing they said was, you need intravenous steroids right away. And so what's that going to do? Well, that's like introducing another army in there to calm down your immune system. So I said, what? Why would I introduce another army into a war zone? That's just going to be more conflict. My brain back then didn't comprehend. It couldn't. So what I did was I flew out to San Diego, Optimum Health Institute, and I did a 3-week program of detox and raw food diet. Changed my whole diet, changed my whole way of thinking, changed my life. I did see some improvement from that. I did see some, but I didn't get all the way back to where I was. I didn't get fresh. I did see some improvement. And it was remarkable.